Hello everybody. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an absolutely incredible day. Ledger finally has their Ledger Stacks and their Ledger Flex back in stock after being sold out before. Ledger also has a brand new range of Ledger Nanos in multiple different colors such as emerald green, pastel pink, Bitcoin orange, etc. They also have a sale right now on Ledger Recover, which is a great way to keep your assets safe, as well as a Ledger gift card and multiple limited editions of a lot of different things that were also previously not on sale before, and now they're back in stock, as well as a brand new slew of accessories. What? They have a protective case? How's that possible? How do you protect crypto even further? Isn't that absolutely magical? As well as 10% off of their bundles and their packs. While I do not work for Ledger, I am an affiliate. I myself exclusively use Ledger. I prefer Ledger better than other brands who shall not be named. I do not work for Ledger, but I am an affiliate. There is an affiliate link in the description below for those of you looking to secure your cryptocurrencies during this bull run. And without any further ado, let's jump right into it. As always, the good news continues to flow in our direction. I remain as optimistically positive as I possibly could about the idea of where this market's going to go, because it feels like everything is kind of working out at the exact same time. We have received news for a while, and it seems to be expanding really in all directions. It's not even remotely a joke. We've received news that apparently a number of countries, states, provinces, regions, whatever word you want to throw in there, are considering accumulating Bitcoin. We had news before from Dennis Porter and Cynthia Lummis, that apparently the last number we heard was, I think, 13 was like the official number. Someone threw out the number 22. That different states within the United States are preparing to also have their own Bitcoin reserve. As far as we heard, the news was that there was going to be a national crypto reserve within the United States, but we're also jumping a little bit ahead. So in the news today, South Dakota. South Dakota is the latest state that we are hearing about who is talking about creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve as well. South Dakota is up to introduce legislation that would establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It joins a growing movement among United States states looking to integrate cryptocurrency into their financial strategies. South Dakota State Representative Logan Manhart, that's his name, Manhart, shared his plans to bring the bill to the state's House. It's likely aiming to create it said they wanted to create a Bitcoin reserve on the 28th of January. And I'm going to get back into that in 1 second, because there seems to be, the word's not hiccups, but extra steps along the way that no one said out loud. Believe me, we'll get back to that in 1 second. He emphasized the importance of taking proactive steps now, highlighting Bitcoin's role in the state's financial future. On top of that as well, Kentucky State Representative TJ Roberts plans to introduce comparable legislation upon his return to the General Assembly. Recently, the Arizona state approved the Arizona Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, SB 1025. It allows the state to invest up to 10% of its public funds in Bitcoin. So let's back it up a little bit. We have South Dakota. We have, what was the other one? Kentucky and Arizona. A couple of states, as far as I can tell from the news that's out there, have introduced bills in their local legislative what have you. A number of these bills have apparently passed, but have not passed the full shebang. So the way that it was marketed initially, at least to the public, from what I can tell, if I'm incorrect or wrong, or maybe I missed something over the course of the last 3 months, please remind me. But a lot of the news is that these things would be introduced, they would be signed, and then 8 hours later, that state would be buying Bitcoin. The way that it appears to be is that a number of states have introduced these bills. The bills have gone through, like people say, yay, but there's still another step, I think, for the local state senate that also has to go through as well. So as of now, at the time of me making this video, we've heard that multiple states have said, yeah, let's do it, but there's someone else, some other process of some other kind where someone else, a group of people, have to say yay once again to actually really get it to go through. So from what we heard from Dennis Porter and all these other people is end of January. That was the news that we continuously got, that these things would go through. But now I assumption that February is now going to be the like thumbs up moment, like it has officially gone through. And I say at the time of me making this video because we've seen all these things going through, but as of now, we have not heard any news of Arizona just bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. South Dakota just did X, Y, like that kind of thing. Because when it does happen, it's going to make major news. So South Dakota, Kentucky, and Arizona have all put forth bills, and some of them have been given the first thumbs up, but there are apparently multiple other steps to like actually make this law. On top of that, U.S. states are accelerating their efforts to integrate cryptocurrencies into their own reserves. Apparently, Utah is also there as well. Utah passed a crypto bill, and Kentucky is preparing to introduce a Bitcoin reserve bill as well. It says massive breaking with a super majority vote. Utah becomes the second state in the nation to pass a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill out of committee, thanks to the leadership of Jordan and Treasurer and Senate, as well as Utah folks, thanks to approach, etc., etc. The Utah State House Committee, led by Jordan Tusher and Mayor Marlo Oaks, has approved a bill allowing the state to invest in cryptocurrency. The bill has now been submitted for a Senate vote. If passed, Utah will become the second state in the nation to approve a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill at the committee level. This legislation could pave the way for the state to invest in Bitcoin and other digital assets. So as of right now, once again, multiple states have, it feels like there's 3 or 4 hurdles. If anyone knows how many hurdles exactly, tell us, please. So it looks like a lot of states have already jumped over the first one. And then there's also one at the committee level, and then the Senate level, and then apparently like one final like sign off by the mayor or of Whoville, whoever is running all of these kinds of things. So we're getting a lot of news that like it's happening, but as of right now, we have not received a we're buying Bitcoin tomorrow kind of thing. There's still a lot of, how do I say this? The word's not confusion, but like weird anxiety that a lot of people are having. And it's unwarranted completely. If you missed the last 2 videos or so, the bill that was signed by Trump a couple of weeks ago apparently says that the U.S. is going to have a strategic crypto reserve. And a lot of Bitcoin maximalists became very angry because it doesn't say specifically a Bitcoin reserve. It says crypto in general. So a number of the states appear to have written exclusively Bitcoin and nothing else. So this will probably get passed. But if we can be 8 million % realistic, like really, like, you know, stay with me here. If we hear, as we've been told, that 8 other coins are about to be tax-free within the United States, other states are going to begin to accumulate these coins as well and probably pass secondary legislation to say, like, we need to hold altcoins as well, which would also be even betterer for the market. Yeah, this is the news that we have right now. Utah, Kentucky, South Dakota, Arizona are the next states. This must be over 25 at this point. Must be over 25 different states who we've heard news like this from. We haven't heard, I think even Massachusetts was one of them. We didn't hear from, oh gosh, what's the other one? How can I forget it? We haven't heard about New York. We haven't heard about the Carolinas at all, which is a little surprising. We haven't heard about West Virginia. Not Washington State either. Interesting. Anyway, it appears that more than half of the states in the United States are gearing up to, by February, have some kind of a legal Bitcoin reserve. Yeah. Interesting times ahead. Okie dokie. Let's move on. So this news, I'm going to try and be nice, but I have a really awkward problem where people create things and then pretend that they didn't create that thing, and then they partner with that thing, and then they go, oh my gosh, like, isn't this partnership crazy? So a number of years ago, I mean, it's happened across the board, but it just gets cringier all the time. Years ago, when Tron was marketed as a project that was partnering consistently with a number of different companies and entities. And then we found out that apparently a number of the companies were actually owned by Tron. So you might have forgotten, the people from Tron, or Justin Sun, he spent $100 million US dollars on BitTorrent, created a BitTorrent token, and then started saying that BitTorrent and Tron had partnered. And it's like, no, you own that. It doesn't make any sense. And that was also a very weird time in crypto, because a lot of cryptocurrency projects were talking about that they didn't have the funding, or things weren't going right, or they needed extra help or assistance, or, what have you. This was during, I think, 2018, when like the bear market had begun and people were spending $100 million on, like, do you know what you can do with 100? I mean, even from the framework of like advertising, you spend a good $10-15 million to advertise Tron as a project, that coin would have really taken off. But no, it was used to buy BitTorrent and then to lie that they had partnered with BitTorrent. And then also, for those of you who have forgotten, never forget this, there was also a time period where Tron and its collective had claimed that they had partnered with Amazon. Big news. We're going to launch big news. Big news is coming. You won't believe. And it starts with the A and ends with the Amazon. You never know who we're going to partner with. And then we found out after Tron's price went up that all it was that Tron was using Amazon Web Services. They were literally just using some of their computing power, and that was meant to be the partnership. So the coin's price. This is what I told you years ago. I was like, Tron is literal garbage. This also happened with Coinbase. Coinbase saw what Tether was doing, and Coinbase created a stable coin. They created Circle, the company, and then they partnered with Circle, and they're like, oh my gosh, isn't it crazy? Like, look at the state. It's like, okay, there's also rumors that Coinbase might, wink, be thinking about delisting Tether because of legal, blah, 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 whatever it is. That has nothing to do with it. Coinbase is trying to promote their own coin that they created themselves, created Circle, partnered with the company who they created. Endless kind of loop. What was the other coin who just did that? Oh, Solana. For those of you who also missed it, that's why I keep calling Solana garbage as well. You can love it as much as you want because it keeps pumping your meme coin bags, which are not going to go anywhere in the future. And you can lie to yourself as much as you freely choose to. However, a large portion of Solana has to do with like absolute literal garbage. And one of the other things is that multiple times the people from Solana created other companies and then announced that they had partnered with those companies. And it was like, look how many partnerships we had. Nope, we can check online exactly like who the funding came from for these projects, and it was people from Solana. It's just a really big thing within the crypto space to create something And then to say that you've partnered with that thing and then be like, look at the partners we have. And it's like, buddy boy, you made that. In very popular news today, Telegram, like the texting app, Telegram has officially announced its exclusive partnership with the TON, the Ton Foundation, solidifying Ton Coin as its primary cryptocurrency for all services. Can any of you, there must be at least 5 people who can tell me what's wrong with the entirety of this sentence. Paragraph, light paragraph. Years ago, Telegram created the Ton Coin. What? Yeah, it was called the Telegram Open Network. Yeah, see? So Telegram created the Ton Coin. And then around 2018, 2019, 2020, the SEC had a huge problem with a number of these coins kind of popping up from different companies and organizations who all created their coins after Facebook tried to make a coin. So Facebook, remember Facebook had Diem and then Libra? Yeah, remember those things? A bunch of other companies were coming out immediately, launching their own coins, and Telegram was one of them. Telegram made Ton Coin, and then apparently it got shut down. Something was wrong with it. They got a problem with the SEC. We didn't hear about it for 2 years, and I believe that the rumors were that Telegram sold the Ton Foundation to another associated party. So Telegram has announced that the thing that they created, that they sold, that they've partnered with, and it's their primary cryptocurrency on their platform. I don't know why people do this within, like, I really don't understand why they do this. Like truly. There's no need to lie. Your platform's not going to get used any more than it already is, because people aren't like, oh my gosh, the thing they created, they're using it. I can't believe. It's kind of weird. It's like, imagine Ripple disassociating itself completely from XRP and being like, I don't know what that is. XR what? I can't even spell that thing. And then in 2027 being like, guys, guess what? We have partnered with a company called ZERP. And what they've done is amazing. And we will be using ZERP for all of our usage. Everything that we do. And it's like, it says this collaboration marks a strategic shift. Are you freaking kidding me? As Telegram will no longer support any other blockchain or crypto. What? That sounds weird. It's kind of like, remember when Binance delisted other cryptocurrencies because they were trying to get people to use Binance Coin and the Binance stable coin from Paxos? And remember when Coinbase was like, hey, we think we're going to delist Tether because we don't own or control Tether, but we own and control Circle Coin. This was very popular news. Like really, really popular. I don't know, do people believe this stuff? And it's not a matter of being gullible. It's just like, you knew nothing about this coin or this project being associated with, like, Google it. Take your phone out, take your tablet, whatever you're using. We're in the future. Telegram Open Network. They created Ton Coin. You can't partner with something that you freaking created. It doesn't make any sense. Guys, I've just announced I am partnering with Money Rules. It's another YouTube channel. I've never heard of it before. I know I'm all over it, but we just officially signed the papers, and now, like, you know, what are you? Cool. Awesome. Telegram's usage has also been slipping just in general, but also, like, the idea of Ton Coin isn't as popular as it was. I mean, it's been overshadowed by the 8 billion meme coins that we've been getting. So cool. Fantastic. Awesome. That's the Telegram news. Okie dokie. Let's move on. Also in popular news, I'm not really sure. This is some before news that we had before. The SEC has repealed SAB 121. It says it opens a new era for crypto in traditional finance. And whoever wrote this article, thank you for writing out traditional finance. I'm so annoyed with people writing TradFi. Cool, DeFi, get it. TradFi sounds redonkulous. One of the last obstacles barring cryptocurrency assets from going mainstream might have been lifted. The SEC, under the leadership of acting chair Mark T. Ueda, has withdrawn the guidance issued in Staff Account Bulletin 121 SAB 121, which barred banks from offering crypto services due to the commission's requirements. So apparently, as we went over, this is once again news I missed, but we also went over it slightly before. This was also some of the optimistic news that we received. And right after, the market began to go down, like the downtrend that we saw, 7-8 days ago, somewhere around there. What we're witnessing, everyone, listen, we're witnessing a very sophisticated form of market manipulation. As far as I understand, banks within the United States are now allowed to invest directly in crypto, hold crypto, buy crypto. The ETFs are buying huge amounts of Bitcoin all the time. The floodgates have opened for institutions and banks, and what you're witnessing every time that prices drop, these are flush outs. There was an article, I don't have it here. It was talking about it appears as if it looks like it might have been the final flush out because the long-term Bitcoin holders is at an all-time high and these wallet addresses aren't selling. The people who recently entered the market, who've been here for 3 to 6 months, who are buying and holding crypto, also aren't being flushed out as easily anymore. So we're seeing, really hyper forms of manipulation for prices and for the market, trying to basically get anyone who's over leveraged out or anyone who's brand new and basically is shaky like a leaf. The good news is obscene. I said this in another video. I know I've been ranting a lot more recently. It's because it's difficult to put into words. I know I'm all over the place, but it's difficult to put into words to people exactly what's happening, what's taking place, what economic decisions are going to be shaping, basically potentially the rest of the next 10 to 20 years. And when I keep getting news like this all the time, and then I see the instant response from people in crypto, hearing that Chinese AI thing dragged down NVIDIA, and then everyone else began to sell their crypto, it's like you're really not paying attention. And also, side note, these push downs are all coordinated to make sure that anyone who's flimsy is also going to leave as well. It looks like the new SEC, as far as we're hearing, is nearly completely pro-crypto. And this has basically opened the door for a bunch of institutions to also further get into the space. If you've also missed the last couple of videos, we've had a lot of ETF news. A lot of companies are filing for ETFs and trying to get the entire thing rolling. I know it's weird sometimes, at least for me. I'll speak for myself here. Getting constant good news and the prices don't reflect it. This is a common thing within the market. Really, really common. There was something recently and I couldn't help but roll my eyes because it reminded me of the olden days being in this market. Bitcoin hit $70,000 without remotely as much interest and money and stuff that we ever saw before. Being at $100,000 is a literal complete joke. We hit $70,000 and then subsequently $100K, hearing that these ETF issuers accumulated $1.3 million Bitcoin in still under a year, and then the prices drop. It hurts to say it, but we are not meant to be here. They do not want us in this market. Bitcoin is made for the people. It's made for the masses. And these rich people have figured out that this thing is going to $1 million and they want it all for themselves. The current regulation that we're getting is really has cleared the path for like extremely big money to come into the space. This was maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't know if it was from Larry Fink or who exactly it was from, but someone mentioned like with this thing going on, basically repealing SAB 121 and a bunch of other things that have been signed and stuff like that. The doors now open for trillions, like trillions, not a trillion, trillions of dollars from banks to enter. That's not the hedge funds. That's not the institutions. Like, it's really insane what's happening. So I do understand when there's this like annoyance in the air, because we should be far higher in price. And I mean across the board. And I hope, let me drag that one back. For about 10 to 15 different coins, prices should be a lot higher. We should mathematically be over a $250,000 Bitcoin. I don't care what Bart says. I don't care what Marge says. I don't care what any of these charts are showing. We literally have a 50x in interest from what we have when Bitcoin hit 70,000. $100,000 is a literal joke. The amount of Bitcoin that's being taken off of exchanges, being accumulated by the ETFs and the other countries, and not even to mention the states who are getting ready. We heard Florida, they're going to buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. In its latest staff account bulletin 122, the commission declared that it rescinds the interpretive guidance included in section FF of topic 5 in the staff account bulletin series entitled Accounting for Obligations to Safeguard Crypto Assets an Entity Holds for Its Platform Users. The bulletin, first introduced in March 2022, was criticized for its effect on the advancement of crypto and banking environments. It forced these environments to consider crypto volumes as part of the bank's balance sheet, with associated high cost implications. I hope that everyone has as much crypto as they think they need, because at some point this the levee will break. Things will get completely insane. And we're kind of already there, but prices are. And if you've been with this channel for a number of years, you remember there was a situation. I don't remember when it was. It must have been 2018, 2019. The amount of interest that we had in this market, and Bitcoin fell down to 3,200, and I was like, we should be so much higher in price than where we even currently. Like, it's just a lot going on. The good news continues to roll out constantly. Over and over. It actually does not end. We'll see where all of this ends up going. I'm still incredibly optimistic. Let's see if the market also reacts in the exact same way. I assume over the next 2 weeks, we should be hearing from a number of different states and the amount of Bitcoin that they're going to be buying as these things end up being passed through. But it's also this is nuts. This is actually insane. There's so many good things happening every single day. And I saw something recently on Twitter. People were relatively pessimistic about something that was going on. And I'm like, you are not paying attention. You simply are not paying any kind of attention to anything that's going on right now. I do hope you've all enjoyed. I hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.